A new bar is set. Both men's and women's records were demolished last year by international racers who won't compete in today's race. Now it's up to competitors from all parts of the USA to compete on this Independence Day. Will one of the previous champions fight their way across the finish line first, or will the mountain claim a new victor? Strength, speed, endurance, Mount Marathon.
And welcome back, everybody, to our continuing coverage here of Mount Marathon 2016 here on KTVA, KTVA.com, and GCI Channel 1. Glad you're joining us here on this July 4th. Dave Goldman along with Clint McCool and Holly Brooks, two-time champion, also joining us. Clint, let's start with you. Already with the men today, we've learned a few things, that a new champion has been crowned and some personal records are going down as well.
Absolutely, Dave. The men's performance today just demonstrated how great this course is in as far as condition. I've talked to several of the guys that finished. Many of them have PR'd, and they said the course is just incredible. The scree's in great shape. The snow slide is really long, and now that they've chewed it up a little bit, it should be great for the women. But I talked to lots and lots of guys that PR down at the finish line, and they said the course is as fast as they've ever seen it. So I'm expecting a great race from the women this afternoon as well.
Looking forward to that, and looking forward and welcoming Holly Brooks in. Nice to have you with us as well, two-time Olympian. You've also won this race twice.
Yeah.
Once it was cool, once it was hot, but we are seeing a lot of records go down. I know we expect to see that with the ladies as well.
Yep.
And two, in particular, who you're really looking forward to watching.
Well, you know, I think David Norris proved this morning that it doesn't matter if you're a rookie. You know, he's been up the mountain literally 3 times, and I think Ingvild Kaspersen is going to potentially be the one to beat. She's some international competition here from Norway. I think she's keeping a low profile this morning, but I'm really hoping that the Alaskans can give her a run for the money, or for her money, particularly Christy Marvin. We've seen her break records and PR in most of the mountain races so far this year.
Well, the course is in good condition, good shape, and that opens things up for a number of runners. It was open for business last year with Emily Forsberg, not here, but she showed everybody how to raise the bar. Let's take a look back. 4th Avenue was abuzz with anticipation as the ladies took off. Past champion Christy Marvin hung in for a time, but a second title was not to be. Allie Ostrander of Kenai Central was looking to give the hometown crowd a holiday story to remember. In her first race in the ladies division, was a crown in the cards? One of Alaska's best high school runners ever, now at Boise State, ran a record time, breaking Nancy Peace's 25-year mark by 2 seconds. But on this day, great wasn't nearly good enough. Not even close. The European invasion was underway as Sweden's Emily Forsberg made her Mount Marathon debut a memorable one. While her boyfriend Kilian Jornet was dominating the men's field, Forsberg was unstoppable, taking nearly 3 minutes off the piece mark. On this July 4th, there was Emily Forsberg and everyone else. But Forsberg and Ostrander are both absent in 2016. The field is ready. This year, the ladies are in prime time, and the mountain is open for business. So the mountain is open for business again, and the opportunity perhaps for another record. The weather is terrific. But Mount Marathon, it always seems to get the last word, and we found that out as we sent our Clint McCool up there to check around.
If you get to the bottom and you're not bleeding, then you didn't try hard enough.
Clint McCool isn't joking. He's finished the race 17 times and still makes at least 30 trips each year from Anchorage to practice.
There's so many different trails, there's so many different approaches to it, and knowing the mountain is more important. In some ways, it's more important than your fitness.
So here it is, Mount Marathon. We start at the bottom.
So at this point in the race, you've got a decision to make. You either head for the roots or you continue running up to the cliff face.
The roots is a tangled, jungle-like ascent up narrow pathways.
All about the handholds.
While the roots make convenient grippers, the congestion on race day could hold you up.
Once you hit this, your head's gonna be right up against the butt of the person in front of you.
That's why most people choose this route. the cliffs. It's a wider path with plenty of room to pass.
This is very steep, but at least it's rock, and people tend to trust the rock a little bit more.
The routes and cliffs open up into what some runners call the climb. Here, speed hiking is the name of the game.
And being in the trees, especially on a hot day, it is weltering and muggy in there. This feels great, just having a little bit of cool air on you.
This is where training trumps athleticism. Clint calls his practice climbs choreography sessions. He can picture each step of the climb in his head.
There's no rule. You can take any route that you like.
The climb takes you all the way to the top, but don't relax, not just yet. Here comes the dangerous part, the scree.
We call it a controlled fall, and that's exactly what it is.
Small, loose rocks litter this part of the mountain, and if you don't watch your step, the result can spell disaster.
And it's very easy to take a trip, and this rock is sharp. If you take a fall up here, you're gonna know it.
If you don't fall here, don't let your guard down. The gut is the most daunting part of the mountain to most racers.
This is actually where most of the injuries take place. And the reason is by now your legs are just exhausted.
Once you survive the gut, you're faced with 3 tough choices. Most people choose the cliffs. The safety trail is for juniors, and then there's the route that's not for the faint of heart.
You do not want to go straight where there's going to take you to the waterfall, which unless you are an expert, you do not want to go down that way.
Even elite athletes mess up the waterfall. Clint goes down with reservation. It's a combination skid and slide. He uses his hands, his feet, even his bottom. The more points of contact, the better.
This is essentially a vertical wall, and if you catch a toe, you're going for a long ways. It's potentially fatal.
If you make it past this challenge, you're nearly home free.
3/4 of a mile to downtown, the finish line, and pizza.
Delicate dance of control, courage, and perhaps a little bit of crazy.
Well, the course did not deter one David Norris this morning. He was dominant, just as Kilian Jornet was a year ago. Holly, what did the ladies who are about to take this hill learn by watching David and the rest of the gentlemen today?
You know, they've had all morning to sit around and just build nerves, so I think there's definitely some anxiety, and they've never had to do their warm-up in the middle of a parade before. But I think watching the men, seeing the record fall down, they have some confidence in knowing that the course is in good shape. The men went out and just beat the snow and the scree into submission. It should be nice and soft, just like a pillow.
All right.
So I think they're excited.
All right, why not there? Open for business, Clint McCool. The snow, a big thing. We saw a number of them take the wrong route for the snow, and it cost them.
You're absolutely right, Dave. If you don't take the right entrance, it really can slow you down quite a bit. And the snow played a big factor. David Norris, they said, had the fastest time on the snow. Holly's husband, Rob, Whitney, was up there taking a look at it, and he said that David was the fastest one on the snow, so it played into his victory. And the women, it should be a little softer for them, and I think they're going to handle it just fine.
All right, well, we are looking forward to seeing the ladies now take the hill. A lot of fun today as Mountain Marathon continues 2016. Proud to be with you as the official broadcast partner of this race. Let's take you to break one more time and hear from the contestants and what exactly goes through their minds now as they get ready to hit that hill.
My training has consisted of not training. My plan this year has been like, the less I train, the more energy I'll have for the race.
Try and get a nap in right before, you know, between the kids and the women's race. This year that's going to be a little different, so it'll be nice. We'll get to probably have a beer by the time the women go to run.
I used to do a lot more of that than I do now. Kids kind of make you realize that that stuff isn't quite as important as you always thought it was.
No alcohol. Alcohol comes big time afterwards, but
I have to tape my hands and I can't wear gloves. I've tried my entire life, and it's just like, it's the claustrophobic of like the gloves. And I've even tried biker gloves, but it's like I get so tired up there, I start palming rocks, and I have so many scars on my hands and like cutting my wrists. So like I just like, something happens up there where I just like, just get up that mountain.
KTVA's live coverage of the 2016 Mount Marathon is presented by Alaska Foot and Ankle Specialists. Stride on.
The 4th of July sales event is on now at your Alaska Toyota dealers. Your chance to get the biggest savings of the year on Camry, Corolla, RAV4, and Prius. Want more? How about Tundra, Sienna vans, and Avalons? All with special 4th of July savings, including up to $2,500 in cash back. The 4th of July sales event, all part of Toyota's Summer of Fun. For all special Toyota offers, visit Kendall Toyota of Anchorage today. Toyota, let's go places.
I was really nervous, borderline scared at the starting line at Mount Marathon. And I had done stories about it. I knew the mountain, but these are a whole different breed of runners. These Alaska trail runners, they're serious. To look up and know, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get to the top of that, and that feeling when you get to the top, it's changed my family's lifestyle because now we're out climbing mountains every weekend. And there's just always somewhere new to go, somewhere else to explore, another mountain to climb.
Welcome back, everyone. If you have medical or surgical problems with your foot or ankle, AFAS is the right choice every time. The most comprehensive specialty clinic for foot and ankle problems in Alaska, serving Anchorage, Wasilla, Kodiak, and Homer. The specialists at AFAS do not require a referral and have been serving Alaskans for nearly 20 years. So make the right choice, your first choice, every time. AFAS. Hey, we think you've made the right choice joining us on July 4th. Where else would we rather be? Nowhere. Mount Marathon here in Seward. Already terrific races from the juniors and from the gentlemen and the ladies getting set. One more time, we take a spin around the course, and here we go for you two. This is where the nerves, Clint says, get going. A little bit of butterfly action in the beginning, but once you get up there, that's when this thing really begins, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Right now, the women are getting ready to line up, and it's just game time. But everybody just can't wait for that gun to go off.
All right, so here we go with our cameras, and we have 13 of them as we did this morning for the gentlemen, 13 for the ladies, and the weather great, so we will have our chopper again one more time. Thanks to our friends at Alpine Air, Helicam. So here are our camera positions all the way through, and each one of these has a strategic importance to it, doesn't it, Holly?
Yeah, you know, it's great to see photos from the whole race course. I have to be honest, I wasn't announcing the men's race, but I did sneak back here in the booth because I was so interested to see what's going on. So, you know, it's really special to be down on the mountain and feel the vibe, but being able to see the whole race from the comfort of your couch or your computer is kind of a plus.
So here we go. Here are the beginning camera positions as we get you set, and now things get serious as we start to make our way up the hill.
Right. The second camera angle is at the base of the mountain, and this is where you're going to see the choice that the women have to make. Are they going to go up the routes, or are they going to go up to the cliff face? And predominantly, it tends to be about a 70-30 split. About 30% of the individuals will take the routes, and the 70% will take the cliff.
The routes were always my favorite because it's a chance to use your arms instead of your legs.
Okay.
It's true.
Very good. A little further up there, and on the left side, a little action with that snow, too.
Yeah, that's actually a shot from the, we're looking right now at the top of the mountain. There's the rock that everybody has to go around as well as the timing mats, and gives you a partial view of the bay. It's actually kind of an overcast day here, but it looks like it's thinning out a little bit there.
We still have some clouds in the air, and
So this is an angle from the helicopter camera, which gave us some incredible footage from Alpine Air through the men's race today. It really helped and gave a better perspective of the race.
Yeah, our friends at Alpine Air Helicam, and we were fortunate that the weather cooperated. You can see from all the way back down as you work your way down what kind of a trip it's going to be today for everyone. Well, we mentioned before, just like with the men, we did not have last year's champion, last year's record holder. It is the same case as it is with the ladies. And there she is. Boy, if you thought Kilian Jornet did a job on the men's group, well, Emily Forsberg was really something with nearly a 3-minute victory over everyone else last year. But she's not here now as she's recovering.
Yeah, you know, unfortunately, Emily blew out her knee in a ski mountaineering accident. Otherwise, I think she had such a good time here last year. I think she's sad not to be back. Last year, she just smashed it out of the park. You know, people were talking about Kilian, but I think Emily was really the one that hit the home run last year, and she was incredibly impressive. We saw David Norris take down Kilian's record this morning. I think that Emily's record is going to be a little bit more difficult to beat, so time will tell.
All right, well, it will tell as we bring up the list of the folks that we think have an opportunity to at least cross the finish line first. Perhaps if things go right, but as you hear, 3 minutes is an awful lot to ask, and we bring up the familiar faces and familiar names, and here comes Najeebe Quinn. Injuries with the ankle, though, I understand, so that may slow her down some.
You know, Najeebe was in great shape this winter. She did a lot of backcountry skiing. That's good cross training for mountain running, lots of uphill, lots of downhill. And unfortunately, 2.5 weeks ago, she twisted her ankle. So she's coming into the race with a little bit of an injury, but who knows? Maybe she's rested, and anything can happen in Mount Marathon.
Christy Marvin has been around this thing a long time and been one of the great runners in the history of this race. Can she make a run at the tournament today, Clint?
It's going to be, let's just say it's going to be a challenge for Christy. So far this year, she has been just incredibly impressive. We've had 4 mountain running events, and she's won all 4 of them, and she broke the record in 3 out of the 4. And I think today we're going to see a PR out of Christy Marvin. She is in the best shape of her life, racing life that I'm aware of, and I think she's going to definitely have a great race today. The problem is that she's going to be going up against one of the best runners in the world, and we'll see how that plays out.
You know, and here we have Ingvild Kaspersen, and she is joining us from Norway. She's from Tromsø, and she has literally just exploded onto the international mountain running scene. You know, I went to Google and when I was doing research to try to find out more about her, and there isn't a whole lot because she's only been doing this for about a year. That said, she exploded onto the scene and she just started winning races right and left.
Yeah, she's already won 2 major events just in the last couple of months, which demonstrates that she is in top form right now. She won alongside a familiar name, Kilian Jornet, in a major race just at the end of May, and which demonstrates that she's in, you know, incredible race shape.
And tremendous athletic ability when you can come in and dominate a race like this. Well, as we mentioned, it is a big day for us here. Not only are we broadcasting this race, but the ladies, as you are tuning in, if you're used to seeing the men at this time, no, this is not a rebroadcast anywhere. This is live, folks. They've changed things up, and the ladies are doing what we call here in the afternoon prime time. Here's Emily Carlson with more.
It takes a certain mindset. Some might even say craziness to hurl your body down a very steep mountain littered with hazards.
Whew, I was just thinking, I wonder if I shaved my legs.
It's that sense of humor, perhaps, that keeps Patty Foldacker and Ellen Brown coming back. They won't tell you how old they are.
All right, I'm gonna geezer you.
But they will both admit they've raced this mountain 35 times.
So I ran the first year and said I will never do that again. That was stupid.
It took a while for Patty to embrace the 4th of July tradition. But for Ellen, who signed up an hour before the 1982 race,
all I was doing was following the guys in front of me, and when I got done and it was in the pouring rain, I went, wow, that was amazing. So
The
interesting.
scrapbook is filled with fond memories, but 1984 may be Ellen's favorite year.
Right there in a sea of men.
Back then, the race was co-ed. Just 26 women went up the mountain. And Ellen beat most of the men, but not all of them were gracious.
So all the girls start cutting all the corners.
Patty says some of the guys refused to let her pass.
So that was, I think, when I first realized that, you know, if we didn't have these slow guys in front of us, our times would be way quicker.
After more than 3 decades on the run.
Oh, I've been waiting for this for years.
The women say this year could be the best one of all. The year they stop pampering the men.
We loosen up all the scree for the downhill portion. And when the men get there, the scree's all ready. But now the men are going to loosen it up for us. Just like that, here we are halfway.
Even after hundreds of climbs up this mountain, it never gets old.
I think this is probably one of my favorite points.
Me too. You get here and it's like fresh air.
It's kind of like when the elevator door opens.
Yeah, you're free.
And you walk out. Woo!
Every trip, a new discovery.
It's a great place to go that way or that way.
The opportunity to lead a new generation of women through the challenges.
Woohoo, like a monkey.
And pass down their love for a place that's shown them they can overcome any mountain in front of them.
All right, Emily Carlson, thank you. Ladies first. You should have seen Holly Brooks here cheering the way that was going. Out of the way, gentlemen, there in the passing lane. All right, first opportunity for us here in this second part of our broadcast to welcome in once again Jake Edmonds out there on the course, and he's got a special guest. Jake, hello.
All right, Dave, thanks. Yep, with me is David Apperson. You're a member of the Mountain Marathon Race Committee. You're also a runner, 10-time finisher. Congratulations, first of all, you finished today. How did the trail feel?
The trail was in great shape. It was a little warm through the brush, but a little bit of wind coming out of halfway, and the snow coming off the top was in great condition. Yeah.
So being a race committee member, what are some of the challenges in terms of decisions you guys make every year for this race?
It's always a challenge knowing that you're making a decision that not everybody will find popular. But other than that, it is a challenge to review the race petitions. It's a very popular race, and reviewing the petitions this year makes it very clear that this is a special race for a lot of Alaskans, and it was really tough to come to a decision.
Another tough decision that you guys had to make this year, maybe not so tough, but kind of a groundbreaking decision, was putting the women second, and they're coming up in less than 10 minutes. But what went behind that decision? What was behind that decision to allow them to go second? And what did you guys do to make that decision?
Well, the race committee was almost unanimous on that decision. We talked about it at length, but the primary reason was for women's equality. Typically, the final race of the day is seen as more of the premier event, and we all agreed that it was high time that the women, got to have that coverage and that recognition.
Okay, well, thank you. We look forward to it again. The women less than 10 minutes away now from the start of their race. Dave, we'll send it back to you.
Jake, thanks very much. Looking forward to hearing from you throughout the afternoon. So getting ready to go. Yes, the sun's still shining. Fingers crossed that we're going to have ourselves a dry day here on Mount Marathon 2016. Our coverage, including that from the air, Alpine Air Alaska Helicam, bringing it to you, and we're coming right back after this.
There are moments that stick with us for life. The day she said yes, we started dreaming about this one. The glacier behind us, feeling the cool air, and most of all, creating the special memories that will be lifelong treasures. Beginning our life in a way that mirrors who we are together. Exciting, unique, beautiful. Alpine Air Alaska, checking off bucket lists for more than 25 years.
Is it possible to overshare? Not when it's summer in Alaska, and not when you have wireless from GCI, Alaska's fastest and largest LTE network, along with nationwide LTE coverage that blankets the lower 49. So go ahead, overshare how much fun you're having this summer in more places in Alaska than anyone else. Because you can with GCI. Now get unlimited talk and text with 4 gigabytes of data and a premium Samsung smartphone, all for only $50 a month. Come see why local is better.
Welcome back to Seward, everybody, as we await the start of the women's race, Mountain Marathon 2016. Dave Goldman along with Clint McCool and Holly Brooks, pleased to be with you on this July 4th as the official broadcast partner of this great race. We finally got him off the river, took the fishing rod out of his hand and said, Carlos, you got to get back to work. We have him now. Chief Meteorologist Carlos Fora with a little more on this weather this afternoon. Hello, sir.
Hello. Hey, and it's not work for me. This is work for the runners, and it's a perfect weather day, maybe a little bit hot. Temperature has not changed very much all day. From the juniors race, temperature already in the upper 50s. The men race, it was 62. That's a temperature right now. As we take a look behind me, I'm at the base of the cliffs. This is the base of the mountain, very treacherous area, and the folks here are starting to gather to watch the racers, which will be coming up here very shortly, and they come down pretty fast. It's very exhilarating and kind of dangerous. Now let's talk about the weather here, and basically the main factor is it's a little bit warmer than I had thought it was going to be. I thought that there was going to be some rain. That's still a possibility. We could get some rain, but it's going to be very similar to this. Humidity 75%, so that's kind of a factor right now. Dave?
Thank you very much as we get closer and closer to the start of this race. Most folks had it set before they came to Seward. Not everyone had that set, though, and how they were going to get themselves a bib. Have a look and a listen, everyone. Would you pay $4,500 to run up the mountain? Some folks would. Clint McCool, it cost you a lot of money. In 1969, it cost $1. A little more expensive now. Getting set as the ladies get ready to charge up the hill. Coming ready and ready to go. Mountain Marathon 2016. We're right back.
The 2016 Subaru Outback is in stock and on sale right now at Continental Subaru. With standard features like a 6.2-inch touchscreen interface and rear vision camera, and available with features that fit your lifestyle and budget, the Outback is the perfect fit for Alaskan roads. And we have no additional dealer markup. Test drive the 2016 Subaru Outback today at Continental Subaru. Alaska family owned and operated for 45 years. Continental-Subaru.com.
This summer, only one event will unite the world. The 2016 Olympic Games, live from Rio. For 17 days and nights, experience all the action, all the drama, and every single medal event. The Summer Olympics from Rio, only on the networks of NBC Universal.
The Rio Olympic Games, coming August 5th. Brought to you on GCI Cable by Alaska Foot and Ankle Specialists.
Just seconds away as the ladies take off for the top of the hill. The anxious moments, all the training, it comes to fruition right now.
Absolutely. And just a little reminder to the spectators, the bib numbers that you see represent the women's places from last year. So you're 1 through 10, I should say 2 through 10, since number 1 is not here this year, are the places where they finished last year.
Holly, this is that moment as an athlete, no matter who you are, at what level it is, that moment you're ready to go.
Yeah, and you know, the ladies have been waiting all day for this. They're used to racing in the morning and sitting back and enjoying the men's race. This time, it's the other way around. And just a couple seconds ago, we saw that pan of the crowd. That's Ingvild Kaspersen right there, wearing bib number 134 in the red jersey. So keep an eye on her.
Something tells me that bib number may go up as she returns next year. Just a hunch, though. As the ladies get ready to go, this is the first wave, of course, the first of 2 waves. We will see another one in just a moment, in 5 minutes, a little less than 5 minutes. We'll offer a little good luck charm, if you will. Keep an eye on bib number 456. It's okay, folks. I know we're journalists, but we'll be biased. Emily Carlson making run number 2 after a great run last year of 1 hour and 25 minutes. She's looking for that PR, that personal record. Clint loves those initials this time of year, and here they go as they make that first big turn.
Yeah, right there we're already developing a lead pack. The ladies up there in front happen to be some of the fastest road runners, and they're making use of that speed. You got Denali Strable Fuldagger down there, and right next to her is Halliday Wilt, and of course Christy Marvin and Ingvild Kaspersen. And they're trying to already separate themselves so they don't get bottlenecked up behind everybody when they hit the mountain.
Is that the point? Speed right now, get ahead of the group, and then you can begin the strategy?
You definitely want to have a good run on the road, because that determines your position to the mountain. If you're too slow on the road, then you get stuck behind the other women on the routes or the cliff.
We could use you two on the Belt Parkway in New York sometime. I'll call you when I'm sitting there.
Yeah.
The great shots from our friends at Alpine Air Helicam. We will have those throughout the race. Terrific. One of 13 cameras. We will be watching these ladies as they try and get up the hill and down. Again, a record set today earlier by David Norris of Alaska Pacific University. One last year from Killian Jornet. That is now in the books, so to speak. And we will see about Emily Forsberg's record. That may be, as Holly says, a little tougher to go after, but you never know if things break right for you. Again, a little speed down the hill today with that snow could pick up some time.
Yeah, and like you just said, the snow is the biggest difference. We haven't seen the snow on the mountain in the last 4 to 5 years. So for people who are comfortable with the snow, it can be faster if you're comfortable sliding on it. But, you know, that said, some people are very uncomfortable with the snow. So, you know, it's kind of a coin toss.
Yeah, you made that point too, Clint, earlier as we saw a couple of the gentlemen, even some of the less experienced guys up at the front. Right. You go a little bit right, and you're in the soup pretty quickly. Yeah, it's very important when we get to that point in the race that with what we call the trough or the luge run up to the right-hand side of the snow. Very dangerous. It actually slams you into some really nasty rocks, and you have to stay just a little left of it. Meantime, they are making the turn and getting ready to hit the base, and here's where the strategy really begins. Yeah, it really does. And again, these 4 ladies in the front that are creating the first lead pack, it's because they all possess a great deal of road speed. There are a couple other women back behind that are really strong climbers, and they're gonna move up on them. But each of these 4 ladies are very, very fast road runners. The ladies know 134. That's a number they saw very quickly, and they know perhaps the lady to be one of a number. Christy Marvin certainly in there as well, but I think everyone got that attention when Ingvild came over here that said, well, this is somebody we got to keep an eye on as long as they can. Well, it's going to be interesting to see when the split comes here which way Ingvild will go, and it looks like she's headed towards the routes. Yep. Now, given the fact that she comes in from Norway, any significance there of that first decision of which way to go, given where she runs? She likes bad weather. She likes some of that tougher terrain. You know, she just flew into Anchorage on Thursday, and I actually was able to have dinner with her. And she took the over-the-pole flight from Frankfurt, and you know, she said, I'm from Tromsø, Alaska is really similar. So she did come down here to Seward on Friday and has had just about that much time to learn the mountain. But you know, she's in the route, she's by herself right now, whereas all the other girls decided to take the cliff. It must be a little bit lonely, I would think. We'll see if the separation anxiety kicks in or if it just works her way. And you can see the ladies again into that pose now, as Clint always says, the hands on the legs, give herself a little bit of extra because we know what awaits a little further up the hill. We're about a half a minute away now from the start of wave number 2. And this next group, and look who's there on the front line. How about that? There's Emily. Somehow, some way, that number 456 found her way right up there, and she is in race mode. Look at her bounce. She's getting ready. She has her game face on. That's just what
And
she does
calm.
right before she's going to start the news, too, every night, folks.
I think that's a good sign. I mean, she's ready.
The red socks, she's really styling. See if we can get her to wear those next week.
You know, I have to say, just looking at the women's field, they're a little bit more patriotic looking. I think they have a little bit more fun with what they're going to wear.
Well, that could be because they're wearing a lot more than the men do. Gives you a little more opportunity for creativity when you're wearing a top.
Unless you're the Birdman,
Right.
I guess. Unless you're the Birdman, there's not a lot of opportunity for the accoutrements, right?
That's true.
That's true. Unfortunately, during the men's race, we didn't get a shot of him playing his Prince tribute at the top of the celebration rock.
Oh.
But he had a foam guitar with him, and he did a little tribute to Prince.
That's why he was on all purple. I didn't get that until just now.
Yeah, you can see stars and stripes all over the place.
Yeah.
And it's going to make that statement here as the ladies now head forward. And once again, from high atop.
So
great shots.
some of these women in Wave 2, you know, they're probably thinking, hey, I want to put in a strong time this year, and their goal may be to get into that Wave 1 next year.
That's the significance, too, because for folks trying to make next year's race, there are a number of ways of doing it, and obviously the better you finish gives you the better opportunities.
Yeah, if you finish in the top half, you're automatically back, and or if you finish in the top 5 of your age group. So some of these ladies will definitely move up. They're Amber McDonough right there, as a matter of fact. Some of these, and Annie Connolly, some of these ladies are definitely fast, and they're gonna have no problem coming back again.
Now we saw in the men's race, Clint, a couple of the guys knocking some of that dirt and turf right out of there, as we see it right there, that it's not all holding.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Earlier today, we had a gentleman who was actually taking off into a sort of little side trail and kicked off a good deal of shale. These ladies are taking their time, but as we mentioned in the pre-show, you can see that already at this point, it's, as I put it, your head is right behind the butt of the person in front of you. There goes Ellen Brown, one of the people we saw in the pre-show as well. She's got 35 years in here.
She definitely has her shoulder taped up, because it sounds like just a couple days ago she took a little spill when she was practicing the snow slide and the transition to the rock. And I have to say that's probably going to be on her mind, and it's going to be on some of these other ladies' minds as well.
We heard her earlier in the pregame show. She and Fred Moore, the real legends of this race. Fred Moore, 47 in a row today, and Ellen, as you can see, 3.5 decades worth of Mount Marathon. For some folks, it just keeps calling, and you just keep coming back like a boomerang.
Yep, absolutely. And you'll see some of the women here now, they're trying to avoid the backlog, so they're getting creative and taking some different little lines there. I personally do that myself. I've actually got a different route up the mountain, right, that section of the mountain, than anybody else takes. And it's not so much that it's faster, it's to get me away from everybody else.
Now, how often do you roll the dice like that, gamble, and think, you know what, I'm going to get myself a shortcut, and you find yourself in some trouble?
Well, it doesn't happen. It hasn't happened so much to me, but that's because I do 30 practice runs before the race every time. So I don't usually find myself in an uncomfortable position getting stuck behind folks because I do take so many alternate routes. And again, to re-emphasize, one of the wonderful things about this race and what makes it so unique is that there isn't any one course. You're allowed to go wherever you want. So we come down, we practice, we find the lines that work best for us, and we're also, you know, I know 6 different ways to get up on top of that mountain so that I can avoid a crowd if I see one forming.
Now there are some rule changes, as there are every year in this event, and one of them has to do with where you go and what can happen if there is emergency service on the course and they rope something off. You need to stay away from it, so you can't get completely completely off the course. Otherwise, you end up with a DQ.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be the waterfall. They decided to take the waterfall out of play this year. That's a place where there's been several serious injuries, including a near fatal injury it's just a few years ago by a gentleman named Matt Kenny,
who we have seen since come back and complete this race and get one of the loudest ovations you'll ever want to see as he came down and finished up.
Remarkably so. He came back from a severe head trauma and did complete the race a couple of years later.
I think that was one of the most remarkable stories of the mountain in the past couple years. He never blamed the mountain for anything, and he decided getting back on the horse for him meant putting a bib back on and coming back to Mount Marathon. When he returned, he had a helmet on, which was a very smart idea, and it was really special seeing him make the trip up and down the mountain.
Right, but the shirt was still off. Remember that?
The shirt was still off.
Shirt off, helmet on.
But the guys don't like racing with their shirts. It's a thing. It's a thing.
Yeah, and I think that year he got a bigger ovation than the winner of the race did.
Well deserved.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, moments ago you saw 456 Emily Carlson, and she did a little turn there, so threw a little curve at all of us there. So maybe a while before we see her come back out. But these ladies already pumping, trying to get up that hill, conserve that energy as much as they can because they know what's coming on the other side.
The race starts as soon as you get on top of the cliffs. That's what I've always said. This is just a 5-minute adrenaline rush, really, and the real race starts when they get up on top.
So right now, I'm really wondering what's happening in the woods right now.
Absolutely.
You know, that's the first half of the mountain. The bottom half, it's almost like a tunnel of vegetation. You know, we can't see what's happening with the helicopter. It's even hard to get cameras in there because it is so narrow. And so, you know, it's a couple minutes before we see the women pop out. And will it be Ingvild? Will it be Ingvild and Christy? Will it be Christy and Denali? And time will tell.
Well, as the ladies make their way up the hill and through the brush, and it is thick and as advertised, let's find our way back down. Carlos Fora enjoying this race afternoon as well on July 4th with a handful of fans. Hello, Carlos.
Yeah, Dave, I'm at the base, and it looks like the majority of the women are going up the cliff area, but there's a substantial part of them that kind of move to the roots, and of course that's an important strategy. You can save a lot of energy with your choices here. And I've got someone in the crowd here, and by the way, there's hundreds of people. Her sister is running for the first time. This is Megan. Tell us about your sister.
This is her first time doing the race, and I think she was pretty nervous for it.
Now, if she comes up and goes up the cliff where we are, you'll see her. Have you seen her yet?
Yeah, she just ran by about 2 minutes ago.
Wow, and you live right here in Seward. How much does it mean when you're on the inside watching somebody train for something like this?
It's really cool to watch them because I know it's like a lot of hard work that goes into it. And I just think it's really inspiring.
Has she ever dragged you up, Megan?
Yeah, we've gone on some runs and hikes together, and yeah, we've trained for this race, I guess.
Yeah, and it is absolutely brutal. Now, once again, the weather, the good news, everybody, and I'm sure your sister likes this, Maggie, the wind, it feels a little bit better than it did earlier this morning.
Yeah, it does. It was definitely, it's gotten a lot better weather, and it's gotten warmer, so that's not as good, but it's not too hot, so that's okay.
And what's your sister's name?
Her name's Katie.
Go, Katie. We're all rooting for you down here. Back to you, David.
Carlos, thanks. Rooting for the hundreds of ladies who are on Mount Marathon trying to conquer this beast today. Get up and get back. You have 2.5 hours to do it, and even as we were down getting set for this broadcast, we were still seeing some of the last gentlemen come in, getting in under that 2.5 hour deal. And again, you want to hear ovations. Boy, we certainly did. A good time to look at the bottom right corner there, as we're also at the top there. 13.5, and there goes Clint checking that watch.
Well, I like to keep track of things. I got splits for all over the mountain, and as we saw today earlier with David Norris in our production there, by following the splits, we were able to tell that he was on record pace from the time he hit the 12-minute mark all the way through 15, 17, 3/4 point, and the top. And that's how we were really able to tell that he was having such an incredible race.
We kept waiting for it and waiting for the shoe, if you will, to drop, not to jinx him, and guess what? It didn't. There was just nobody who was going to catch him. Well, it has a look right now of spring and summertime, all that thick green vegetation. But you get a little further up the hill, and then you make a turn, And then what do you know? Welcome to Alaska. You're right back into the wintertime, aren't we, sir?
Yes, you are. This is a little ride I took last night on the snowfield just to kind of demonstrate how fast this thing really is. Very important to keep yourself under control, but this thing is 250 yards long, and it's exceptionally fast and hard. By now, actually, the guys should have chewed it up a little bit more for the women, so hopefully it's going to be a little more on the safe side. But this was just a little demo for how long this slide is. I'm on my rear end for, I don't know, this is a good 20 plus 25 seconds. The real important thing, though, is at the bottom of the snow, you got to be able to get back up on your feet before you go sliding into the rocks, which I almost did.
You know, watching the women at the start, I couldn't help but notice some of the clothing choices. And with snow like that, if you're planning on doing a butt slide, it's helpful to have spandex on, actually, because if you have loose shorts and you're sliding on the snow there, you're going to have some new scars with you after that.
Perhaps a choice of some clothing up at the top of the mountain too for those folks who finish up and are the cleanup crew too.
Yeah, for most of the runners, you're going to see them wearing some kind of an undershort underneath their rigger pants, and it's because they were expecting it to be a snow year. You'll also see quite a few of them with maybe a pair of gloves in the back of their shorts to put on when they get onto the snow, because it can be extremely difficult on your hands. You can really shred your fingertips trying to control your speed.
Great shots again from our Alpine Air Alaska Helicam. That is just adding another dimension to our broadcast today here. 2016 Mount Marathon. Dave Goldman along with Clint McCool, Holly Brooks, our entire broadcast crew. Happy to have you with us. As we look at watch them work their way up there. Gloves, no gloves? Yes or no for both of you?
I'm a big proponent of gloves. You know, being a skier, I definitely depend on my hands. And I was kind of watching David Norris and Scott Patterson this morning, and I couldn't believe that they didn't have gloves. You know, in that snow, there are rocks lodged all over the place, and you use your hands to steer. And then coming down the gut, I like to place my hands and try to have 3 to 4 points of contact as much as possible. So, you know, if you have a desk job and you need to type at a computer, or you need your hands for anything whatsoever after the race, gloves can definitely help protect you and keep you from some scratches for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. For me too. I always wore gloves. I used to actually wear fingerless biking gloves because I like to be able to still feel the rock, unless I know it's a snow year, in which case I would wear full finger gloves and just kind of stick them in the back of my shorts and put them on when I get at the top. We actually should see the women popping out of the trees here within about the next 30 to 45 seconds, depending on their pacing, and that's going to be our first opportunity to see what's happening with the competition. We had some long distance angled shots there from the helicopter, but it was very difficult to identify who's in the lead. So roughly 18 minutes or so, we should see them pop out of the trees, and we'll know what's going on.
I'm curious to see how many of the male racers actually made it to halfway. That was part of the deal, and that, you know, the men racing first, they promised they would be out for the women in full support, you know, cheering, giving them feeds of water, and just kind of reveling in the fact that they're done.
In years past, we've discussed that about the water, because this is the kind of race that you don't have water stations, not like you would think of the marathon in New York or Boston. It really is a volunteer. You're up there on your own. Bring water if you want, and obviously no one wants to be weighted down by it, so you're working on the kindness of strangers up there.
You know, it's a short race. They call it Mount Marathon, but it is just 5K. But I have had some severe experiences with the heat on this mountain, and it's amazing how many feeds I like having, even on a cool day like this. I sweat so much going uphill, and you can see that tunnel of foliage that we're watching women go through right there. There is no wind in there. There's no movement. It's just your sweat and everyone else's sweat, and it is just literally a heat tunnel. And if you're exerting yourself, you're losing a lot of water and precipitation going up that mountain.
So 59 degrees down on the street. Down on 4th is 79, 80, 85 perhaps?
Yeah, it's ridiculous how humid and sweltering the heat is on there. Today's not a particularly hot day, but it's still stifling.
you know, once you break out from that halfway point right there, you usually have a little bit of wind. But the second half of the mountain, it's all black. And so if it were to be a hot day, the mountain does a really good job of holding its heat. That said, it looks like, you know, the foliage is moving a little bit. It seems to be a little bit windier than it was this morning for the men. And right there, we can see Christy Marvin, and someone just dumped a bottle of water on her back. And I will tell you from experience, that feels good.
Well, you're watching these ladies, Christy Marvin and the rest of the pros, head up the hill. But as we always say, you got to start somewhere. They did today. Let's take a look back as we saw the stars of tomorrow.
One of the wonderful things about the
Again, good form here, good run. We saw them today. Let's see. You get a chance here. We've got the pros now. Dude in the orange there, he had a pretty good gait. Let's check it out.
You got to watch this little guy in the orange. He's amazing. Look at that arm turnover.
These are our future Mount Marathon runners right here. And what's really cool is I know a bunch of couples where it's a family event. You know, maybe kids are racing the mini Mount Marathon, then the older kids are racing the junior Mount Marathon, and then you have both mom and dad racing their respective races as well. So it's really cool to see this.
Yeah, that's how you keep it going. We mentioned, you said about 19 and change you would be looking here.
Yeah, that appears to be Christy Marvin going past the halfway point right now at a time of 20:45 more or less. And that actually would be an improvement over her performance last year by about 35 seconds. So she's ahead of her schedule at this point.
Okay, still trying to find where Casperson is in this whole thing as well.
Yeah, I believe that's Casperson right there. Ingvild is struggling a little bit unexpectedly. She's going to be she's well over a minute back of Christy at the halfway point. Wondering if she's up to snuff today.
Yeah, you know, you never know what's going to happen or how someone's going to feel when they fly over the pond, as we say. But she is a well-traveled athlete, and last year, in the rut, it was a mountain running race in Montana. She did beat Emily Forsberg in both the vertical kilometer and the 28K race. So I really expected big things out of her. We still have a lot of the race to come. But I have to say, part of me is really happy to see an Alaskan in the lead.
Yeah, absolutely. Very impressed by Christy. She's moving strong. She really is. In third place out there was Najibi Quinn, and after her was Ann Spencer, and then Denali Strebel-Foldager, or Foldager-Strebel, excuse me. Yeah. We're coming up on play number 5 and 6 here shortly. We'll be able to identify them.
And at the midway right now, as the ladies make their way up. So about 10 minutes or so there as they're going to try and make that turn there, and we'll see how their splits and their times are, and then it's all downhill. We'll take a break though, come back, plenty more to go, as they're not even halfway yet, but they're getting close, folks, because we know what awaits on the other side. They go downhill, literally. Our coverage of the 2016 Mount Marathon ladies bracket back after this.
KTVA's live coverage of the 2016 Mount Marathon is presented by Alaska Foot and Ankle Specialists. Stride on.
Ashley Furniture wants you to know about our new, easier than ever, no credit check financing. Now, virtually everyone can be approved and enjoy extended payment terms. So if you're new to town or just starting out on your own, Ashley is ready for you with our huge selection of quality furniture at the lowest possible prices. Ashley has same-day delivery and active duty military discounts. For our new, easy, no credit check financing, Ashley is the place on the new Seward Highway just past Benson.
The 4th of July sales event is on now at your Alaska Toyota dealers. Your chance to get the biggest savings of the year on Camry, Corolla, RAV4, and Prius. Want more? How about Tundra, Sienna Vans, and Avalons? All with special 4th of July savings, including up to $2,500 in cash back. The 4th of July sales event, all part of Toyota's Summer of Fun. For all special Toyota offers, visit Kendall Toyota of Anchorage today. Toyota, let's go places.
Aided by specialty-specific technologies, the providers at AFAS can often diagnose and treat your condition in the same visit. If you suffer from an ailment of your foot or ankle, go to the specialists at AFAS, where the entire clinic and staff is completely dedicated and most experienced in all aspects of foot and ankle care. Make the right choice, your first choice, every time. AFAS. Nearly 25 minutes in, and the ladies about to make their turn.
Yeah, we're really seeing a different race than we were anticipating. On the one hand, I'm very, very impressed with Christy. She's climbing exceptionally strong. And as Holly mentioned when we were at break, we haven't seen the best of Christy. She's just never really pulled off a great mountain marathon compared to some of her other performances, but looks like she's certainly given it a go today and is just climbing really, really strong. She's already well ahead of her time from last year.
You know, last year she was suffering from a little bit of an injury. She literally tore her plantar fascia in a road marathon last season, and so she was a little bit hampered by that in the mountain series last year. And so last year on Mount Marathon, I don't think we saw Christy's best. And this year she's just been on fire, setting those PRs, those personal records in every race, just building and building confidence. And I think we're seeing her come out strong today, firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, so far. You saw her just a few seconds ago get up and actually run a section. And I've never seen Christy run a section like that before. I think she's feeding on the idea that she's having such a strong race. And, you know, Christy is a determined athlete. She's got a long racing resume behind her. And when she likes to lead, and when she's leading and she's feeling strong, she feeds off that.
Some athletes don't mind having to chase. Some don't mind setting the pace.
Yep.
You know, I think coming into this, she didn't know what to expect from Casperson. I don't think any of us did. But, you know, there's part of you as an athlete, being an Alaskan last year, you know, to come in and have someone like Emily Forsberg come in and just literally run away with the race. It kind of pulls at your heartstrings a little bit. And so, you know, I think there was part of her, part of any of us that were thinking, Ingvild Casperson might do the same thing by coming over here and running away with it. But that's not what we're seeing here. Christy has a healthy lead. We still have, about 10 or 12 minutes to the top of the race. And then, you know, as we know from the downhill, it's anyone's race. Who knows what people have in store for the snow, for the gut. Maybe Ingvild will surprise us and put on a surge here at the end.
Could age have something to do with it? Because again, when we saw Emily Forsberg do it, she's 28. Ingvild's 21, so you're talking 7 years difference in this, and she does not have the experience of mountain climbing and running the way Emily Forsberg does.
You know, she doesn't have the experience, and she is 21. But when I met her the other night, she has a very mature aura about her. You know, I said to myself, this person could be 21 or she could be 35. It's hard to tell. That said, she just came off a win in the Zagama Marathon in Spain, and that doesn't happen by accident. It's a very, very difficult race. Megan Kimmel, who's one of the top mountain runners in the U.S., was second to Ingvild that day, and it was a 42-kilometer race with a lot of vertical.
Yeah, almost 18,000 feet.
Almost 18,000 feet. So you know, part of me is wondering maybe she had a little bit of an off morning, an off day. Time will tell.
How long does the healing process take from a race like that, a significant one?
You know, it can take a while, but that was back in May. So when I say it was recent, it was over a month ago. So she should have plenty of time. And well-trained athletes tend to recover a little bit faster than people who jump in something and just push themselves really hard.
Yeah, no, it's really interesting to watch how this race is playing out, because you got Najeebe Quinn is basically right on Ingvild's tail, if you will. Back behind that, we still have Ann Spencer is in there, and so is that looks like Cheryl Lone coming up from behind there, and as well as Denali. Full dagger Strable. So we're seeing some of the people we expected, but we're not seeing the performance out of Ingvild Kaspersen that many of us were anticipating. I don't know how to explain it, but it's surprising to me that she's not only losing ground to Christy, she's looking a little wobbly.
Now you wonder, as she came over, if she hadn't seen what both Emily Forsberg and Killian did last year and thought, maybe I can do the same thing with the international and European experience, and so far it isn't working that way. And now she's in a spot where, well, she's going to have to turn it on quickly if she has any ideas of catching Christy Marvin, who looks very good right now. Yeah, no, Christy's looking really strong. She, once again, we saw her just a minute ago get up and run a section that I've never seen her run before. So, you got to really tip your hat to her. She is putting on a very determined effort. Christy 52.49 last year. She's looking pretty good now, Clint. You love the way she's moving and just the pacing that she has right now. Yeah, there she goes running again, and she's just she's actually gapping the other women and pulling away from them.
When you have energy and you feel good, the technique that I like to use best is a run hike modality. And so, you're alternating using different muscles, but here we see Christy putting in a big stretch of running. She's using her arms as well as her legs. She's looking up the hill to make sure she's staying on track. I will tell you from experience, my rookie year here, it seems impossible, but I actually got lost on the top half of the mountain. Not like I didn't know where I was, but I got way off track. So it's important to keep looking up as you're looking down.
Well, she's a veteran. She knows her way around, but you always have to complete the deal, and that's the case. She's getting closer to that top there. Yeah, she's approximately a little under 8 minutes from the top, from the marker that she has passed, and she's looking to be on record for a personal best, which I think is going to be pretty impressive. And again, she's not only maintaining her lead, I'd say she's increasing her lead. Good time to mention another of the competitors not here, and that would be Allie Ostrander, who is also thinking of some bigger and better things next week. We wish her the best of luck as she takes a shot at the U.S. Olympic trials. Last year, a great race run against Emily Forsberg. Decided this year that, well, the Olympics, and I imagine you can't blame her for that one, Holly. An opportunity to go for that.
Yeah, Mount Marathon may be the Olympics of Alaska, but it's not the Olympics of the world. And, when she set that qualifying standard in the 5,000, I think she just said, hey, why not give it a shot? She is one of 24 qualifiers in the 5,000, and she will be the only collegiate athlete racing on July 7th to get that top 3 spot to make it to Rio. I think that may be a long shot based on her injury, but I think she's just going into it with, hey, this is going to be good experience, and why not? Sure. Take a crack at the 5,000 and see what happens. Also a good time for us to extend congratulations to Janae Deloach. 30 is back in again with the long jump. Had a terrific jump last week in that 6th try in Eugene, Oregon at 22.9. That's what she needed to get herself there, and she's going back to the Olympics as well. Congratulations. And here we go. Here comes Christy Marvin. Some more great footage of Christy. She's just looking strong and looking determined. That last little clip, though, where we had a little more view of Ingvild. Ingvild has picked up her pace. Her leg turnover on that last little stretch was better than it's been for the last several minutes of this race. She might be finding a little bit more of a rhythm. Right there, that's the V for victory rock. It also stands for the Roman numeral 5, and that says that Christy is 5 minutes from the top. 5 minutes from the top would put her at a pretty good split, I'd say. Definitely on track to have a personal record to the top. Historically, Christy is known for having a good downhill as well. I know that from experience. 2 years ago, I think I had about 2 minutes on her at the top of the mountain. But the uphill has always been my strength, and I always thought about the uphill as trying to gain as much time as possible, and then people would gain on me on the downhill, Christy included. So 2 years ago, we had a very, very close finish. It came down to Main Street, and I was able to hold her off by 2 seconds, but You know, on the downhill, she's strong, and particularly on the road, she has serious road speed.
Yeah, a lot like Eric Strabel, really. When if you don't have enough of a lead, look out.
Yeah. Christy is one of the best downhillers among any of the women's fields. We saw Emily last year actually set a record for the fastest downhill by a woman, but Christy is very, very strong. We just saw Ingvild come by again, and she actually was looking about the same again now. She had gapped Najibi. This is Najibi Quinn coming along, and now Najibi just put a little push on and has gained that distance back. Now she's back to about the same gap.
You know, I have to say that this is really exciting for Najibi. You know, she's coming off this injury, and I think in a lot of ways that took a little bit of pressure off of her in terms of her own expectations and other people's expectations of her. But Najibi is a competitor, and for sure, you know, having Ingvild right in front of her, I'm sure is just pushing her into an extra gear, one that I think she wasn't even sure she had today.
Yeah, I just checked that last split for Najibi, and if she keeps this up, she's going to be a PR for her PR to the top, and then we'll see how much she's got left in the legs.
At what point in a race, when you are chasing someone who is having a terrific race like Christy, do you say to yourself, it's not going to be my day, I'm not going to catch her? At what point do you say, I'm just going to take care of me here and try and get there as quickly as I can?
Well, I think it's really important to be an optimist, and anything can happen in this race. You know, people can fall. There's a good wave from Ann Spencer, having a great race today. Anything can happen in this race. You can never give up. Oh, there's my husband. But you know, a great example of that was the men's race in 2009. Brent Knight was leading the race, and he actually passed out. And then Matthias Sari went ahead, and he didn't even know that he was winning the race, and he ended up winning. So no matter what in this race, you have to keep going. Anything can happen on Mount Marathon.
We found that out in the Iditarod when Dallas Seavey won and said, I won? Yeah, you won. Everyone else is still stuck in the snowstorm.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, I can tell you also overall, we don't have Emily in here, and we don't have Allie Ostrander, obviously, but we had spoken earlier about how fast the course is, and of the first 5 women that raced last year, they are all on pace for PRs to the top of the mountain.
Wow. That's amazing, and that says a lot. You know, these are just the time splits for the uphill. I think we're going to see really fast downhills by all the women. The snow combined with the soft scree is going to make for some killer fast times on the downhill. So.
Yeah, so for you folks at home, last year Christy ran a 39.28 to the top, and she is only about 60 seconds or so from the top, and she's only at 37.10, so she's going to lop a full minute or more off of her PR to the top. And again, she is known for her strong downhill, so she is right now running the most impressive Mount Marathon I've ever seen her run.
I think Christy's on pace for a great time. Like we've said before, I don't think we've ever seen Christy's best at Mount Marathon. So everything was pointing in the direction of her having a personal record. You know, I think as an athlete, you just have to come up with your own goals, race your own race, and other people are just aside. And so Christy's just focusing on her trip up the mountain. You know, I'm sure she's thinking about Ingvild and where she is, but she's just doing what she can do for herself and controlling what she can control, which is her pace, her movements, her route decisions.
Run your race.
Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely, but she is running quite the race so far. This last year we got swept by the Europeans, and this year looks like the Alaskans may be coming back with some strength.
You can see right when Christy rounded the rock, she looked down at her watch, you know, maybe clocking a little bit of a split. But at this point, she knows that she's on record pace. That has to give her a boost of confidence going into the downhill.
Yeah,
38.09.
Yeah, and she just took a really nice line off of the top of the mountain. So she obviously knew what she was doing and is taking a very good route. You can tell from the way I can tell from the way she's sinking into the snow that the men did chew it up, and it is quite a bit softer. She's sinking into it a little more than you saw with like David Norris when he first hit it. Now she's kind of trying to keep herself a little bit more to the right, because the snow right there wants to try to throw you left and throw you out. But you want to stay on the snow as long as you can. And it looks like Christy's actually going to let herself get fed out. There's a nice scree line that runs right alongside the snow. But she was about a minute 20 faster than her fastest top time. So she's doing great. Let's just see how she does the transition, popping back up. Oh, not bad, not bad.
That gives you perspective when you saw her making her way down. So she's almost there, and then we take that other shot, and you see that she's got another 50 yards to go. It's a long, long way.
Yeah, that is 250 plus yards of snow. It's a long way down. Now you see Ingvild putting on some gloves, and we'll see what she's got in the tank. You know, she's a world-class competitor, and I don't think she's going to give up. I think she's going to put everything she's got into this downhill. And when she does hit the road, she's no slouch either. So we'll see how she negotiates this snow.
A minute and 40 behind, though, so that's an awfully long way to make up.
It is. That's a lot of time to make up. Christy would probably have to take a fall for her not to be able to hold on. Here comes Ajibi Quinn, and she's going to come. Last year, her split at the top was 40-45. And right now, I'd say she's going to take at least a half minute off of that. So, again, like we talked about before, about the fast conditions. So 40-16, and last year she was 40-45. So that tells you that's just a fast course today.
You know, I have to say I'm curious what's going through Ingvild's mind right now. She came to Seward on Friday. I'm not sure how many trips she took up the mountain. You know, sometimes if you take too many, you're tired. If you don't take enough, you're not quite sure what to expect. And like I said earlier, she kind of exploded onto the international mountain running scene. Ingvild's background is as a soccer player. So she was on the Norwegian national team as a soccer player. She also has a background in ski mountaineering, which is good for the uphill downhill muscles.
So Ajibi Quinn hitting the snow there. Not her favorite. Ingvild Kaspersen bailed out of the snow early. She's over on the scree line.
Wow.
That's not gonna improve her time. The snow is by far the fastest way down, so that's not gonna help her gain on Christy.
It's an interesting decision. I can't remember any of the men doing that today.
No, and probably was not done on purpose. If you hadn't had enough experience on the snow and knew to stay just off of what we call the trough or the luge run, there's a slope to the snowfield that tries to kick you out to the left. That's Ann Spencer coming around in 4th place, and she's having a great race, which we anticipated. Last year she had a great race to the top and then had a very tough finish. But she's been in a couple of our mountain races this summer and has done very, very well. She's the daughter of Bill Spencer, the men's record holder for, like, I don't know, what was it, 28 or 30 years, and she's having a great race. There's Christy hitting the midway point already, and she is flying.
I don't think we have seen the best of Ann Spencer yet. You know, I think she has a ton of potential. She's young, and you know, she has had some trouble with injury in the past. I believe last year she raced uphill, and then with doctor's orders had to walk downhill. So I'm excited to see what she does in the future.
Yeah, Christy is just pouring it on. She is so strong through the shale. It's one of her absolute strengths is running through the shale. She's fearless, and she's powerful and very focused.
So barring a major gaffe, a veteran is going to take the ladies' race because she looks awfully strong. Christy Marvin, just like we saw a dominating performance today by the men's David Norris. And again, she just doesn't look like there's anyone else right now. It is her race.
It absolutely is. I mean, it would take a serious incident for her not to take this race, which is wonderful for her. She's had to struggle the last couple of years, but she's looking great now. You see Ingvild Kaspersen there. She hasn't even made it to the crossover point yet, and I'd say Christy's got a good 2 minutes on her.
You know, Christy's known for being a pretty steady racer. She doesn't die at the end. If anything, she picks it up at the end with her road speed. So, you know, it's too early to call the race for sure. But right now, it looks like Christy Marvin of Palmer and mother of 3 might be headed for the victory.
Glad you brought that up. Her husband also is a runner, as you'd say, all in the family there. But I think it just goes to show, the hats off, that she deserves to be able to do that, because most folks watching that who have children know what it's like, and you know, there's a job and then there's juggling a family there, and to be able to have the time and dedication that it takes to be able to do what she's doing right now.
Yep.
And the support.
Christy's a mother of three boys, and her oldest boy is 9 years old, and she shared with me earlier this week that Kobe, I believe it is, her 9-year-old boy, is getting strong enough and fast enough that he's actually becoming a good training partner. You know, when you have young kids, there's a lot of standing around, but at some point, they may get as fast or faster than you. And so she said that, you know, she's coming to that point where being a parent or being a mom is actually going to become an advantage.
Yeah, we got some great footage of her just now from the Alpine Air helicam of Christy going through the gut, what we call the gut or the creek bed. And she looks very under control. She's not wobbling. Usually at this point, if a runner is starting to have problems, you can tell it by the way they move. Now she just took
a little tumble there.
She missed a step and had to grab a root there, but she's not wobbling. If you look at her posture, she's not wobbling at all, and she's looking strong. Her feet are moving quick, and she's hitting her steps.
So she obviously did not burn.
She didn't burn too many candles.
Not too many candles, and didn't have to burn very much energy to get to the mountain and then turn it around.
She is looking very strong. She's unfortunately not going to be anywhere near Emily Forsberg's record, but if she keeps this up, she's going to PR, and she's going to be pretty close to, if she keeps this up, she's going to be real close to Nancy Pease's record that was only just broken last year.
1990 initially, and it's something else you've seen that it went from 1990 to 2005, so it took a long time, or 2015. But you're starting to see this now. We're 2 in the last 3 years in Strabel, and then Kilian Jornet. Hey, we finally got an Emily Carlson sighting, not Emily Forsberg. They both wear the light blue, but there she is in the light blue pants.
All right, go Emily.
Well, we'll use that video throughout the next year.
Now you see Christy, this is the cut, what we call the crossover trail, and she's going to be at the cliffs here momentarily, about 45 seconds from there to the road, and then she's just got to run back down Main Street.
That's a great shot as you see where you have to go and who's leading the trail for you there, although you can go anywhere you want. You stay pretty close to the trail and don't veer off.
Yeah, well,
you know,
actually, it depends on who you are. It's one of the reasons that some of us come down here and we practice so often, because you can see how many braids there are up there. And if you spend enough time up here, there's Halliday Wilt. If you spend enough time on the mountain, you can practice and find out which are the faster braids over other ones. And here we go, Christy coming down the cliff, still looking very under control, and I think she's feeling it. She's
big moment here. You start feeling the cheers. You start hearing them now.
There's a lot of adrenaline going on right now, and you know the crossover trail that she was just on. It's almost silent, and then you round this corner, and we're starting to hear it. The crowd just explodes with enthusiasm. There's a lot of anticipation at the bottom. They don't know who is it going to be first. There she is, waving her hand. She goes around Victory Rock, ironically, but she knows that she probably has it in the bag.
Yeah, and the crowd is just reacting to the fact that an Alaskan is firmly in control.
That's her husband.
That's her husband, Ben Marvin, running alongside of her right there. And a very accomplished runner in his own right.
Oh, he's excited right now.
Oh, yeah.
He's not going to catch her, though, not with the way she's going today.
No, he would need a bike or a car to catch her.
At this point, she's got the race in the bag, and you know Christy is just, it's just surging through her. She looked at her watch as she hit the ground. She knows where she at. She knows you're going to PR in a big way, and you can tell from the voices of the people behind her that she's got a big gap over Ingvild.
That moment of adrenaline now as you make that corner and you see that police car and you're being led in there. That's got to be something.
Oh, absolutely. It's unfortunately, it's not a thrill that I've ever experienced. Third place was my highest finish, and I've never got to chase the cop car into town, but Holly has.
It's a pretty big thrill to be able to run behind a cop car. And, usually at that point, or the times I've been in that situation, I don't look nearly as good as Christy. And I'm just wishing, like, hey, will you wait for me? Can I get a ride?
Of course, you don't want too many rides from a cop car.
No, only a ride for the right reason.
Just for the right reason, exactly.
So we have some more women here that are passing up the V Rock, Victory Rock there, and no, not to be confused with Victory Rock at the bottom. But there we have Ingvild. She's taking her time getting down that cliff face. Certainly not moving as strongly as Christy was.
So I wonder now, with the fact that Christy's going to win this thing, the competitor in Ingvild, if the schedule is open and conducive for next year. Looking ahead.
Here we go. We have a race. We have a
Najibi
race.
just took the inside line, and Najibi has great road speed. So we're gonna see a race at the end here.
This is exciting. This
is exciting.
This is Alaska against Midway.
Ingvild takes a different line. This we could have a nice run to the finish line here.
Easy going Norwegian, nothing. Look at that.
Najibi almost looks like she's cramping up a little bit. Her steps just got much shorter. Look at the look on Christy's face. She is so determined.
One glove on, one glove off. You know, that was exciting between Najibi and Ingvild. I don't think anyone in the men's race was even that close.
No,
it wasn't.
And it looked like, you know, Najibi made a surge, but I just have to wonder if she had that ankle. And coming down that last little stretch off of Victory Rock, it looked like she wasn't able to lean into the hill. It looked like she was really kind of babying that leg.
Basically that last best gasp to throw whatever she had, and that was that.
Yeah. So, and look, just for the three folks at home, Christy Marvin's personal record on this mountain is 52:51. And you can look at the clock right now. She's only about 45 seconds from finishing. She's going to make a tremendous PR here today. And I don't know of many people that have a game face like Christy. When she is focused, you can look at her face. She's not cruising in knowing she's got the victory. She's stretching it out for every last second. She's got her eye on that clock. She's on her toes. Look at her feet. Her heels are not even touching the ground. She is sprinting.
I mean, honestly, I'd like to see her split for just this last section of Main Street versus the men.
Absolutely.
She is cruising.
She is. She's going to be right over 51 minutes, and that's an outstanding performance for Christy Marvin.
Christy Marvin takes it in a rout.
And it's a sweep for the Alaskans today, ladies and gentlemen.
Takes it for Alaska.
Yeah.
So now watching Ingvild Kaspersen
Denali.
He caught up to Najibi. Najibi looked like she was cramping up there at the bottom of the mountain, and I don't even see her now. I think we may have had, Najibi's struggling. She's, you can see the way her legs are moving. I think she cramped up.
This is exciting to have so many women packed into such a tight field right here. You can see Ingvild did a little look around,
you saw
around
Ingvild
her
turn
shoulder.
Around, and
we have Ann Spencer in the background too.
Yeah, Denali. Now they're getting ready to make the turn, and Denali is a steeplechase runner. She runs I believe it's a 3,000 meter steeplechase, and she's got great speed. Her legs turnover though tells me that she is not going to catch Ingvild. Ingvild, if you look at the length of Ingvild's stride and her leg turnover, she's actually moving pretty well now. She may not have won the race, but she's not going to let anybody take second place away from her.
Wonder if she's going to come back and say, you know what, I was this close. Going to come back and try and get that number one.
You watch Denali's stride length versus Ingvild's, and you see a significant difference.
But you know, if Denali is able to hold this third place finish, I think that's the best finish she's ever had. You know, she's a little bit of a crowd favorite, being, you know, growing up on the mountain, you know, in Seward. Her parents, Flip Foldiger and Patty Foldiger, are veterans of the race. You know, 35 races each. Her mother, Patty, has won 2 races. And I know that Denali has her eye on that someday.
Sure. You always see her pop handing out water to the kids in the early races.
And once again, for the ladies and gentlemen at home, last year Denali ran a 56:17, and right now she's going to take 2.5-3 minutes off of that for her PR. This is by far the best race that Denali's ever had at this mountain.
And you can tell she knows it. She's smiling. She's hamming it up with the crowd. You know, she isn't slowing down. She's doing everything she can. But I think that's a smile for not only her race today, but a smile for the future. Because she knows she's going for it.
There you go.
Crowd appreciative of the great effort, a first effort. 21-year-old Ingvild Kaspersen. Perhaps not the outcome she had hoped for, but still a terrific performance. And here comes Denali.
Look at the smile on her face. Third place. and a PR by a big chunk.
And there she is, running straight into her husband's arms. Eric Strable, you know, she looks a little bit different than last year. Last year she...
Pair of thirds today.
A pair of thirds for the full Dagger Strable family.
That's a pretty good day.
Yeah, his and hers.
You know, last year she crossed the finish line and just absolutely collapsed. It looked painful. And right now I see nothing but joy.
She's
joy
thrilled.
and high fives.
Yeah,
well,
here comes Najibie Quinn.
Yeah, they sure have plenty of energy. Even Najibie does, but a long race for her. We'll step out. We've got a champion to crown and speak with the other ladies. Mount Marathon 2016. Our coverage continues. We're coming back right after this.
There are moments that stick with us for life. The day she said yes, we started dreaming about this one. The glacier behind us, feeling the cool air, and most of all, creating the special memories that will be lifelong treasures. Beginning our life in a way that mirrors who we are together. Exciting, unique, beautiful. Alpine Air Alaska. Checking off bucket lists for more than 25 years.
Is it possible to overshare? Not when it's summer in Alaska, and not when you have wireless from GCI, Alaska's fastest and largest LTE network, along with nationwide LTE coverage that blankets the lower 49. So go ahead, overshare how much fun you're having this summer in more places in Alaska than anyone else. Because you can with GCI. Now get unlimited talk and text with 4 gigabytes of data and a premium Samsung smartphone, all for only $50 a month. Come see why local is better.
And welcome back, everybody. Mount Marathon 2016, about to wrap up our coverage. Pleased to be with you today. Dave Goldman along with Holly Brooks, Clint McCool, our entire crew here. We have winners. A winner today is Christy Marvin in a brilliant performance. So Jake Edmonds down at the finish line with Christy to discuss the victory. Jake.
All right, Dave, thanks. Yes, a brilliant performance indeed. Christy Marvin. We've heard about you all season. You've had a dominating performance running mountains. What's it like to cap it off with a Mount Marathon win?
It's so exciting. I honestly didn't think when I heard there was another Solomon Pro coming and one that had actually beat Emily Forsberg in multiple races, I didn't think I really had a chance in the world, and I just was focused on running my own race. And people know I always pick power verses, and I just kept repeating Philippians 4:13 in my head. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. And so it was really great because I was able to have a strong climb, and then on my downhill, my legs felt a little buckly, and I could just kind of roll through it and not stress over how fast I was going on my descent. And it turned out I had a pretty slow downhill then because of that, but I was just enjoying it, and it was just super fun to have a race come together like that, because so often you work so hard to try to have your best performances on the right day, and they don't always come on the right day. And so it was just one of those times that I felt like, okay, this time I felt like I had a strong race, put it all together and on the right day.
And you had such a strong uphill, it seemed like. What got into you? I mean, what worked so well for you to get uphill so fast?
Well, Barney Griffith is obviously a strong Alaskan mountain runner, and he came and he told me before the race, he said, the way you climbed at Government, if you can just climb like that, he said, you can go up in 38 minutes, which I was 38:05, and he said, then you can break 50, because he thought I could break 12 on the downhill. I didn't downhill that fast, but on my climb, I just kept remembering that, like at Government Peak, there were sections where I wanted to keep hiking because it hurt, but sometimes I'm maybe more efficient to hop into that running stride, and that's what I kept trying to do. Anywhere it would level out even just a little bit, as much as in my head, it was really not a fun idea to try to run. I was just trying to run wherever I could, and just to try to remember that as bad as I was hurting, I was going to make my competition hurt worse if I could just keep doing that over and over and over again. And, in a way, the more I punish myself, the more I'm punishing them, and the more likely I am to come out on top. So that was kind of what was going in my head there.
How would you compare this win to your win, your first win?
2013.
Yeah.
You know, in 2013, I didn't know what to expect on the climb or the downhill. So that was a really fun race too, but I guess in that race, I never felt like I was in as much control as I felt today. Today I felt like I was, you know, in a groove, doing my own thing, running a smart race, and I guess I didn't have as much fear motivation, whereas, you know, in 2013 I was kind of running scared, and it worked for me, but it was also a little, you know, nerve-wracking. And I also had, we have 3 generations from our family in the race today. My son Kobe, my husband Ben, my dad, and then myself. And everybody's had great races today, and my husband actually clocked the fastest downhill. So that gave me a lot of positive energy going into the race today. I was like, okay, today's just a good day. Today's gonna be my day too, to cap it all off and put it all together.
And a championship day.
So,
congratulations.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Dave, back to you.
Down there, Christy Marvin completes the Alaskan sweep today. David Norris from APU takes care of it for the men, and Christy Marvin gets her championship again. Congratulations to both. It's going to do it. Wrap up our coverage of Mount Marathon 2016. Glad you've been with us. Hope you have a happy 4th. Enjoy with the friends and family for the entire crew. Clint McCool, Holly Brooks, Jake Edmonds, and our director Shirley Enzer. I'm Dave Goldman. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. And good afternoon from Seward. It's an Alaskan sweep in 2016 at Mount Marathon.
All my life I've been in the outdoors. I remember being a kid when I was 12 years old, studying water temperatures off New Zealand to see if that was going to turn into a tropical storm, which will turn into a hurricane, and what way is the jet stream going to push it out in the Pacific? Does that mean Southern California is going to get monster waves? I was a windsurfer, and I had to study the weather when I was in my early 20s doing my windsurfing. And I realized I've been practicing this all my life, and finally I got smart, and I realized this is what you'll do.
Cars.com named it the Family Car of the Year. The Nissan Rogue is in stock and a must-drive at Continental Nissan. The 2016 Rogue has best-in-class front headroom and best-in-class rear cargo space. The Rogue is available with the features that fit your lifestyle and your budget. Test drive the new 2016 Nissan Rogue today at Continental Nissan. Alaska family owned and operated for 45 years. ContinentalAutogroup.com.